The speed, that power, the raw fury at times on the football field. There's a drive in Shane Ray, a motivation.
Every time that I step on the field, I want to play the hardest I can, give as much effort as I can, do everything for my team.
His gifts are partially genetic. If you're of a certain age, seeing the name Ray on the back of a Mizzou football jersey is familiar.
And again, the ever-present Wendell Ray, a junior from St. Louis, number 90, showing great pursuit.
Wendell, Stingray, as teammates and fans knew him, starred at defensive end for the Tigers from 1977 to 1980. Shane got a lot from his dad, but not everything.
One of the biggest things that I dealt with, growing up was, kind of the absence of my father. Now we have, a great relationship, but, growing up, it was, of course, it's really tough for me, not having really that figure there.
It was important to me that that circumstance would not affect him or affect his development as a man or a person as he got older.
So growing up in Kansas City, his mom, Sabrina Johnson, was everything.
My mom sacrificed over and beyond for me.
When Shane was born and I looked at him, I made him a promise, and I said that, I was going to make sure that he had the best life ever.
That wasn't always easy. KC has some rough areas. That's where Shane and his mom found themselves.
I remember walking to my grandmother's house and literally right down the street, me being 11 or 12 years old, seeing, my first dead body. But it was just like, wow, like, it was real.
But just because you're from that environment doesn't mean you have to be of that environment. And with my child, I looked at him and I said, I'm going to give him everything that is good in me.
Football and school were the answers for Shane. He signed up with the 39th Street Giants as a kid. In high school, after a tumultuous few years, Shane transferred to Bishop Miege. But anger built as relatives fell victim to violence. And the whole time, Shane's father remained at arm's length. When it came time to pick a college, the choice became easy. Shane had mixed emotions about playing for his dad's alma mater, where Wendell helped hang bowl banners in the late 70s. But distance became a huge factor. If he was only 2 hours down the road, his mom could see him play every single home game of his college career. And that took precedent.
My mom was my dad, so, going to football games and getting scrapes and stuff, most moms are trying to baby you and stuff, but, my mom kind of had to play both roles and be tough with me, and she'd always tell me, Shane, you're from Missouri, you're from Kansas City, so when you do something big, everyone back home gets to appreciate that.
And there has been plenty to appreciate. After redshirting as a freshman, Ray started his march towards history. 16 tackles in 2012 as a redshirt freshman. 4.5 sacks as a sophomore, and the single-season sack record in just 9 games as a junior.
When I look at Shane now, the whole football thing, it's awesome and it's incredible, but I'm more proud of the person he is.
Perhaps most importantly, the support Shane got growing up allowed him to make the biggest play of his life.
I brought my uncle my highlight tape from my senior year in high school, and he showed it to my dad, and that was actually the first time my dad actually saw a film of me playing. And after that, me and my dad kind of talked, and I kind of let him know, where I was coming from emotionally, as a young man, and the way that I felt. And I was able to forgive him because he looked me in my eyes and he apologized. And one of the biggest things I had to set for myself was to just let go of all that anger and aggression that I was, facing a lot. It was kind of driving me crazy.
But a mother's love saw him through, and now he drives opposing SEC quarterbacks crazy.
Originally, my goal was to break the Mizzou sack record, and I did that. And I was like, okay, I can't be complacent. Now I got to find something else. So now I got my eyes set on the SEC record. When things started, being more successful for me in football, I kind of started slowly just seeing my family just, regroup, and it made me feel good. So, when I go out there and play, it's for them.